Welcome to Modern Mystic Messages. I am Teresa, and if this is your first time stopping by, thank you so much. If you are returning, hey soul family, welcome back. In either event, thank you all for taking a moment to click on this video. And I forgot I left my mic over there. But yeah, family, I woke up this morning. It was early morning, but I didn't have to get out of bed at 1 o'clock this time. But I woke up this morning and I was hearing portal, I should say, I heard, and divine detour. And then I came downstairs and was in meditation, sitting out on the patio, doing my little morning thing. And I was listening to a message from another reader and received such a profound confirmation of not only a lot of the things that I'm putting into place, but of my clairaudience, because truthfully, a couple of them have literally lately been like right on the beat of some of the things that I'm hearing and seeing in my own mind. So I know I'm catching thought forms or waves of frequency as I am in that meditative space. I understand that. Ideas and concepts, Spirit is always communicating with us, and when we tune into those speak, it's like XM radio or something. Like seriously, it really is like serious radio on another level. When you get to those frequencies, you start to hear certain things. And long story short, I wasn't even going to mention this to anybody, but I think it may be coming significant. I noticed the other day, and mind you, I've had an issue with frequency and my ears ringing for years, like since about 2018 or 19. I wasn't, from like 2018 up until about 2020, I couldn't wear Bluetooth earbuds at all. I would destroy them. And I mean, I went from cheapy ones all the way right up to everything except AirPods. I mean, in the same price point as Apple products, but I didn't get a pair of AirPods because they hurt the way my ears were on the long term. But yeah, could not use earbuds. And then it got to where I could use them, but I would still have to take my earbuds off and from time to time and decompress. So I just stopped dealing with that. Now, a few days ago, I noticed as I was sitting at the desk, I started hearing two distinct harmonic tones that if I was given a keyboard with a high enough range, I could isolate those two tones. But I also noticed when I put my head down lower into a lower space in the house that I wasn't picking it up. So it was literally like me tuning into a radio station on Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, whatever the frequencies are that are in and around this complex I live in. So yeah, we as clairaudience and clairvoyance and all that, we can tune in the same way. And the more we cleanse our bodies and our minds, the more we get into, the more we can pick up on those stations. So in any event, enough of that ramble. Thank you for sticking with me if you are still here through this far, and we ain't turned the first card yet, but we will get to it. I did come down, I did a cleanse and a pre-shuffle on some decks that I wanted to work with for the reading we're about to do now. And I recorded that just off the pre-shuffle. That reading was lit, but we're going to get into the full information. And then afterwards, as I was getting ready, I decided that I wanted to add a couple more decks because they were speaking to me. As we finish these cards, I'd like to get a message from Archangel Metatron and Yeshua, and then this Journey of Love deck. When I picked the cards up and did the pre-shuffle, I turned them over, and at the bottom of each of those decks were, as we have, Woman of Light, Water, which is emotional well-being, and then the Heart, what would love do? So we're going to keep all of those, and then I'm going to pull one more from each of these because, you know, me and my thing with threes and multiples of three. So we are going to get another card from each of these, and at the end of the reading, we will take a closer look at those. Journey of Love has really beautiful poems after those meanings, so just short ones. We can grab that as well. Yeah. I want to find out all about this divine detour. I don't know if you're on one as well. I know I am. I've seen the opportunity. I can't talk about it in detail yet because there's some things that still have to be put into place. But I had initially done a reading a while back that I still have in my phone and haven't posted. And I'll think about, I might go ahead and post it. Wow, Sweet Soul Rising. I might go ahead and post it, but I hadn't initially posted it because I wanted to put a whole lot of explanation behind why it was such an important reading for me, and I just never made that video. But yeah, I'm really beginning to understand divine detour and some things I'm being called to do and say, and that are dramatically different than what I thought was gonna happen, but it is what it is, and I'm understanding that it's going to be, yeah, detached from drama. Look up. That it's going to be pretty awesome, I'm sure. Clarity, go within is at the bottom of the deck now, but we're only taking one, so that was the message there for that one. We're gonna play fair, so that this reading doesn't become 18 hours long. No, fam. And I definitely want to thank all of the returning and subscribing members to this little channel. We are going to grow, and I appreciate your patience with me. And I realize, you know, in my hermit mode, it's like a lot of things swirling around in my head that I've wanted to share with people. And at this point, to narrow down so much that there's some you just can't. So I am really going to start working through a lot of the healing and truth just here. Like I said, we're going to do it real and raw. I need to get it out of my head. And Spirit is telling me that somebody's going to be able to benefit from hearing some of this stuff. So, hey, it is what it is. All right, let's get one more of these, and then we're going to get into the regular cards. Holy anger, be the change. Wow. Also, that came with it. Ooh, we might have to look at this. It was steadfast vision, stand up, and then pilgrimage, onward steps with this holy anger. Yeah, I'm not going to entirely put them aside. It just depends. I'm going to try not to be too long-winded, but I be wanting the message too. This is my tea too, y'all. I'll be learning. I have to go back and watch these too, because when I get in the flow like this, it just is what it is. I let the tethered and caged break free. With wisdom bringer, earth school. Y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that. These messages, I love these Christ consciousness cards. They're made referring to the teachings of Yeshua, but not really leaning towards any particular religious modality. It's like genuinely focusing on Christ consciousness, and I love them. But we are going to take a look at those a little bit later. We'll have this woman of light, see if I can get those to stand up there maybe. And then the heart. Ouch. Ooh, I got pain in my shoulder blade. It's detached from drama and emotional well-being. Yeah. Well, no, I don't want to keep my light away. We'll look at them later. Okay, now. On to what I had initially intended to do. Let's see what's going on here. Wealthy man is here. Message of concern. False person. Oh, karmics and karmicville won't stop karmicking, but that's okay. High honor. Gift. A house flipped over here. Okay. Mm-mm. Well, we know there's going to be some kind of a warning here. But high honor, gift, and house ain't a bad way to come up out of a reading. Like I say, something about this portal and a divine detour. Wealthy man and concern. Let's see where we go with this. Where are we going, Spirit, with this? I think, well, I know especially for me, and I know for others too in the collective, because I've heard the messages out there. Some of you have had the ancestors, spirit, dreams, however it is you receive messages, your intuition identify to you some folks in your camp that you thought was on your side. You really, really finding out they weren't. They were false people. And it was bothersome when you found those messages, but you really had to get to where you can clear those messages, clear that out so that you can get to this part of the manifestation journey that you've been wanting to get to. And I just fell over here. Yeah, this key. And yeah, that's talking about Akashic information as well. Sometimes love is locked away in a cage. It's a message of concern. And sometimes it hurts finding out about these false people. Because you love them. I know you do. Don't feel bad. That's why you have to heal from it. If it didn't hurt walking away, if it didn't cut and can sometimes bleed walking away, then you wouldn't have to heal. But that's why you have to heal, so you can find that stability and get to very often the financial things that spirit has for you, the stability and all of that. You have to shed this because it's getting in the way of your stability, this high honor, this house, this core thing that you're meant to be, who you're supposed to be. Child is here. This can be a literal child, and for some of you, it really is a spirit baby. But with this wealthy man and the child, it's an innovative idea that's going to bring you quite a lot of benefit, quite honestly. But these false people will stay in the way. A lot of these similar cards came out in that other reading the other day. I'm choosing not to take that. We're going to see. Yeah, time. Okay, thank you, Spirit, for the clarity on that. Because I was wondering before with that struggle, the mountain, either way, it's still another depiction of time. I didn't want to take the mountain because it is it is a struggle. But Spirit just still saying there was time involved for the clearing of this message of concern, this Akashic information, learning from this, figuring out who is real and who isn't in your camp, who is going to sit at your table and who cannot, to bring in this anchoring stability, this high honor. It takes time before you can receive this gift, but it is here. Now let's see with this house. And it's interesting, the house is here and here. 420. Sorry, couldn't help myself. I saw it. Again, we're here with this divine feminine, but I'm not going to be able to just categorize this to the divine feminine in the pre-shuffle. It's clearly divine feminine. I thought maybe they was personal cards. It was so personal, and it's coming out here again. So it is for a divine feminine, but I'm trying to get more of this portal and divine detour message for everyone in the collective. Still more information. These details, this intricacies, this hidden information. And some of it, back here with this park, being called to talk about the things that that you've learned along this, as spirit took you on your divine detour, whatever that looks like. And for me, I started falling down the rabbit hole, as they say, probably for real. I mean, the woke thing with the conspiracy theory and all that was 2011, 2012, all of that, fine. But around 2016, 17, once I started really getting serious with meditation after about a year of meditation. When I started approaching 2018, things started getting vastly more spiritual. And the information that was led to over this time, like I said, it was concerning. Some of it literally had me sitting bawling when I realized the information that what I was being led to and what it actually meant, not only for my own spiritual understanding, but for humanity, my family, those people I love, and then being called to speak on it and wondering who was going to be mad and who was all of that stuff. But it's something that had to occur. Akashic information, time. This is at the core of who you are. In order to receive these things, and right here back at the bottom of the deck is this public park. This is about speaking this stuff. Once you learned it, you don't just get to keep it to yourself. You're going to have to share, but it is that sharing that brings the rest of your healing. It helps benefit others when you bring the value of what you learn to the table. It's going to make a dramatic shift. Many of us are in the middle of a paradigm shift, a reality shift, timelines, whatever you want to call it. But yeah. Now, after this, I typically pull, let's see what we got over here with these energy cards. Wow. I need to make some room here. Oh my goodness. Wow. I went to pull up this park, and right underneath it is the star. Or the sun, sorry. And for many people, this abiding love, this loyalty, stork, and back to this baby can also be a child. Wow, yeah. But I'm not taking all of that. We're seeing it. I gotta load this up even more. Angel of Strength is here. And when you're seeing, like I say, those that are for whom this message is for, your angelic team is large and powerful. Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel is here. Message of concern is Akashic information. You're being called to heal whatever's going on in your throat chakra and speak. The man holding a coin is here. Oh my goodness, with the woman holding the heart right behind him. Divine counterparts were the false person that was trying to stand in the way, but you are overcoming this for sure. Door to personal healing and happiness. This is way too many for me to take all of these, so I took that one that was there. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to take that one. Deceit fell and hit the ground. And normally, the way it fell, like, no, I needed one. I don't need a bunch extra because this false person is literally falling away. Deceit fell and hit the ground. The sun is here with this house and this information. Yeah, and that's where we're going to leave that. Patience is required and the walking away. It fell away. Cornucopia is here. Blossoming abundance. Yes, indeedy. That's a blessing. That is a blessing. Now, let's see what we've got here. Primarily, I go to the Akashic Tarot because there is a potential for some of the additional, what I call arcana of the Akashic Tarot to come out. So I haven't used these decks in a minute. So I definitely wanted to honor the deck and see what kind of message we can get here today. It has bowed out of a few of the readings lately. Wow. Will, wisdom, and mind, to allow from some other decks that I've been working with. When in the deck selection, I started working with it, and it literally bowed out of the reading. But today, it's here. That is beautiful. We're coming right out the gate with major arcana of will, wisdom, and mind. This is about turning this spiritual industry into some tangible money. I mean, and again, it's not just about the money. We get that part, but stop it, spiritual people, because y'all always, you need money to do the things that you want to see, the visions that you have in your mind. Take money to pull off. Stop running from the idea of manifesting money like it's dirty. That's the whole object of the game. You want to save everybody and be a hero. You can't do that on a swipe it in 20.99 an hour job. You got to learn how to do this. So there is some form of intricacy in industry that's going to have to come out of this spiritual whatever that's going to lead you to the money. The heavens ain't going to open up and just hand everybody, a mountain of brick, and if they do, where you going to take that to cash that in? So for many of us, we're learning how to manifest money, yes, but through ways of doing this. Community is here, this message of concern, sharing it with the community, speaking on this. Yes, it's concerning. Everybody ain't gonna like it, but you see it. You understand that humanity is in a portal. You understand that they can shortcut their way to healing and evolution and jump timelines. You've been surfing timelines. You're a time lord, and it's time for you to share with people. Now, yeah, the false people, the haters gonna hate. They ain't gonna like it. That ain't your business. It's time to speak. It's time to speak. The Akashic field is here. The one of forces, yes. This waterfall of information. You thought it was going you thought it was going to sink you, but it didn't. It didn't. We're not taking that one. No, I only took that one. We're going to shuffle for the rest. Oh, wishes fulfilled just flipped, and waterfall flipped back. Archangel Michael is here with this gift. Yeah. This waterfall flipped over again, so I'm going to have to take it. We may have to read what those mean, because the journey is here with the 7 of roses, and the lookout with number 17. The King of Forces is here too. It's a journey, all right. It's a journey. I am going to set these aside just to... whoa. Here at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming. The lookout is here. The journey. The King of Forces. The light of the world. And the King of Scrolls. Yeah. I wanted to see Divine Masculine there yet. There you go. But I mean, because I know for the reason I'm so confident is divine counterparts that I'm being called to read for, and not just single people that's still fighting against love, is because I do understand that as powerful intentional manifestors, you understand that you're exponentially more powerful together than you are singularly. So even in your awakening and an ascension, you're not going to shun the idea of love, because you know that you can heal, and you have healed, and others can heal, and they have healed, and you understand that the person you're being led to, you're being divinely led to. So you're not no longer in a space of manifesting broken-ish, that what's coming in is real. You know that. You ain't at the thinking, hoping, praying, wishing kind of sort of stage no more. You know that. Yeah. So you ready to bring this stuff in. Wishes fulfilled. With the full blessing, understanding, backing, and cooperation and co-creation with your angelic team, headed up by Archangel Michael. This waterfall of abundance, this deluge is no longer drowning you, boo. It's water in your house. The sun is here. It's feeding your energy fountains. The sun is here at the bottom of this deck. Let's pull this tarot. Yeah, buddy. Wow. I think I just channeled something. I don't even, y'all forgive me, whatever. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this too. But Spirit got a message for you. I split at the deck. We split here right at the Fool. Leap of faith. Believe in yourself. Listen to your heart. Do what gives you joy. We're gonna take this. That's the first one. Come on, Spirit. What we got? Okay. Hangman energy. Archangel Chamuel. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. With this community and dare to be different, this clearing of the throat chakra, like I say, whatever, through whatever manner, genre, medium, as you will, of expressing your gift and your transformation journey, you're being called to do it. It's going to help that shifting of perspective. Others going to benefit from hearing how you were able to learn how to do that. Six of Swords. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief. Make new plans, relocation, or travel. As you're getting rid of these false people, the doors, that's the unlocking of the last bit that's going to unlock this information for you. It's going to allow this stability to come in. It's going to allow this assistance to come in, this financial assistance, this leading of the getting out of the rougher waters to calmer waters. Yeah. Queen of Ariel, or Queen of Pentacles. Mature, practical, generous, happy. Nurture yourself and those you love. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Practical and wise advice. Wishes fulfilled, high honor. Woman holding a heart. With this house, being your authentic self and healing and being willing to share that with the world is going to lead you to some sort of notoriety, recognition. For some of you, out and out fame. Some of you got books in you. Some of you gonna become a movie of the week, and the world gonna be quite honestly astounded when they see who you can be when you truly shine. You are jettisoning away. You're coming out of this cocoon. You're busting out of this chrysalis. It's been a rough row to hoe, as they say, a long time coming, but you're headed towards it, and you're ending up here with the sun. Let's see what else we got here. I'm just pulling cards for the joy of it right now. Yeah, buddy. Epiphany is here with Archangel Raziel. Ooh, Six of Pentacles is here too. There's some reciprocity. Material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. This is the door to personal healing and happiness with this gift with Archangel Michael. The time, it's been so long. You've seen it coming. You saw it in your visions. You saw yourself, this windfall coming in, manifesting something. You wanted to learn how to manifest something from nothing so that you could share and take care of a whole bunch of people around you and teach others how to do it. And you saw it growing like the very best kind of virus all around the planet. You saw it, but you don't know how it's going to happen. But you still didn't give up. You kept going. It's about to happen, boo. You're going to have this epiphany. Yeah. And the Lovers is here. Archangel Raphael. Now, interestingly enough, the Ten of Swords also showed a situation has ended. You're finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. Is here with the Sun and the Lovers. Yeah, you both coming through quite a bit of healing. Oh, and the Ace of Michael, or Ace of Swords, is right there. That's the truth. A wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. And as you step into this being and becoming this new thing that you're getting through this gateway, this portal, this rebirth, the becoming of whomever you are, yeah, through this paradigm shift, sharing that story is going to bring a lot of new beautiful ideas. This communication is literally like your revolution is being publicized to help people, but in the doing that, you're going to monetize it too. It's going to be publicized. The revolution going to be televised and monetized. Yeah, and it's supposed to be under the, oh wow, the Fool is here with the Hangman, and the Hangman was there too. Yeah, it's a shift in perspective. I spoke before about spiritual people acting like it's wrong to be wealthy or wrong to be paid for what you're doing. If wicked people can be wealthy, why can't spiritual people? If fake religious people just get hung up on stuff and are actually keeping people stuck, why can't you just helping people through this new era coming? You are the way showers. You're the welcome center for the age of Aquarius and the golden era, leading people to Christ consciousness, leading people to love. Why shouldn't you be wealthy and be compensated for it? You're having to heal and learn to shift this perspective. The hangman is here twice. But when you took this leap of faith, somewhere in you don't even want, the fact that we're still even having these kind of conversations, I know you heard it somewhere in the back of your own mind that you're supposed to be compensated and things are supposed to be good for you and you're supposed to be able to live comfortably. And you remember hearing how Yeshua actually had lots, his garments were so extravagant and wealthy that they actually cast lots to see who was going to get them, even as they were getting ready to unalive him. So you know you're supposed to have some prosperity, but you ain't seen it yet. You want to know why it's happening. It's coming, though. It's coming. Ooh, the Empress is right here. Queen of Wands. And this Five of Swords. Or actually, I think the Five of Swords is here with the Six of Swords, and the Queen of Wands is here. Yeah. Okay, with the Six of Cups, doing this inner child healing, the inner reflection, it literally is healing your life, calling in a counterpart, but it's coming in fast movement, incoming messages, taking action is right here with the Lovers, the Ten of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. What's this sticking up? Oh my goodness, the Lovers again. I was wondering what was sticking up out of this deck, and the Lovers was there with the King of Pentacles and Strength. Wow. I tapped it again. This Nine of Cups is still here. This is a beautiful season for y'all. I'm gonna just leave that right there. But yeah, that is gorgeous. I ain't gonna say for y'all, for us, because I'm definitely claiming this one. Y'all, what? I want some. I want in on this. I ain't gonna I'm not just reading just for the collective. No, this is for me too. Because I used to have a hard time saying I'm doing the work, because doing the work by the world standards don't look like you're doing much. In fact, they scorn you for not being out there in the rat race and getting back on that horse and jumping back out into commerce and being big and this and all of those things. But sometimes when you got to peel away and go within, because you're taking a longer route to something deeper and wider and more expansive for the right reasons, doing this kind of level of spiritual work, you catch flack because it looks like you're being lazy and sluggish when you're really not. That's kind of a lot. I'm just trying to get them one at a time. Okay, the Water Bearer. You are the divine vessel which receives cosmic downloads. Yeah. That's why that energy was so... Whoa, okay. Maybe I don't have to flip them. Yeah. Lightning glass is here. In a single moment, everything can change. With this Empress and community, this message of concern. And that certainly happened for me. I'm trying to tell y'all, about a year or so ago, things really started shifting for me when I started, like I said, I kept hearing this, release your ex, release your ex. And I didn't even realize that I still had some exes in my energy, because I was so looking at the whole idea of the romantic thing, and I had released that so long ago, but they were still in my energy in other seemingly innocent ways, friend zone and baby daddy and all this other kind of stuff. But Spirit made it clear, you got to. And the moment that I got that message and made those changes, things started changing. Womb. Spiritual eyes are waiting for you, or spiritual eyes are watching, waiting for you to embrace your power. Yeah. Calm after the storm, the beauty of standing strong in the face of adversity. It leads to wishes fulfilled, ultimately to this high honor. They talk junk about you. Some of them even did things to sabotage you. They took from you. They tried to lie, cheat, scam. Some of them steal. You've been through a lot. I know it. Empaths get dragged in the mud along their way until they wake up enough. It's just like learning to ride a bike or kids learning to walk. They fall and scrape their knees and they fall and scrape their knees until they get tired of scraping their knees and they learn to get up and walk. And empaths along our way, we do the same thing, sometimes over and over and over. Different faces, different places, but those lessons keep repeating until we get over them. But you did it. This double hangman empress energy, this water bearer lightning glass energy, wealthy man, like you took that message of concern, you got the intervention from spirit, started shedding these false people, started allowing your manifestations to come in. You hit this calm after the storm energy. There's luminescence here, the revealing of something hidden. That's the quiet reflection, the going in, having this epiphany with your angelic team, sitting with Archangel Michael to receive this spiritual gift over time. And you didn't even understand. You're so busy looking for the monetary gift. The real gift was this understanding. And little by little, levels to this ish, as they said, like Meek Mill said, it leads you to healing. Six of Cups in the traditional tarot, it does have this feeling of nostalgia, sometimes with a bit of melancholy. In the reverse, it's like melancholy energy, because so many people have a lot of core wounding and pain around that family type energy and pain. But in this, when you got through all of that and jettisoned that stuff away, you sat and did this inner child work, this introspection, to take a breather instead of jumping back into the fray after that tower moment took you to your knees. You literally took the luxury of the time, whether you felt like the world felt like you could afford it or not, went within and did the work. The Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles type energy. And I just realized that was here, that you found this balance to receive this gift. The angels working with you as a vessel. This is your door to personal healing and happiness, to help yourself, but to bring others along with. You are your brother's keeper. That's that motherly, queenly type energy with this empress. Yeah. The revealing of something hidden. You could take that energy. You could take the understanding because you were ready to receive it. As you begin to clear this stuff away, your mind open, your heart open, your throat is going to open, you're going to speak it. Yeah, luminescence. You ain't going to hide much longer, though, because you can't hide that kind of a light under a basket. Yeshua told you that. And you don't want to. Here's abalone shell again, this cleansing of mind, body, and spirit. That came out earlier in the pre-shuffle as well. What is this? Rebirth. Wow. Opportunity is presented to renew your life. I can't make this up, y'all. You're in this rebirth. Holding the vision when all odds seem against you. Shark energy. And holy water, a veil of protection is covering you and your life through this rebirth cycle. I'm trying to tell you, you're in a portal. Breathe. Embracing the present moment and shifting perspectives, y'all. And here at the top, you are the roots which provide nourishment for others to grow. Coral reef. Oh my goodness. And it just took me back to a thought that I had years ago, probably 2011 or so, when I was just like at that particular point of my awakening. I was beginning to have some beginning Kundalini awakening and didn't realize that my mentor had started showing me how to cleanse my aura and stuff. And I was looking for some information about my daughter because I thought, well, maybe she's an indigo child or whatever. I didn't know nothing about star seeds, indigo, none of the rest of that. But in trying to find help for her, I came to understand that I was starseed, and I didn't understand what that meant at the time. From the way I saw it and understood it then, I thought that I'm just an energy conduit that would basically be like plug into the Christ consciousness grid and just spread energy wherever I'm planted. And to a large extent, it is. There's more to it than that. But I used to tell people I thought that, I gave birth to four of the coolest people on the planet, and that was just my job to be here as the vessel that gave birth to them. Now, as an earlier wave of star seeds, that was important. My children were one of the evolved, like I said, Gen X children, or the boomers' children. I am one of them, one of the Gen Xers. And as our children, we knew they start coming here internet ready and stuff. We could see the advancement in the level of consciousness in those children, and each generation after that it's happening, and we're being called to help guide them into this shift. The law of increase. You were born for greatness. Yes. Ooh. The law of power. Remember the truth of who you are, Empress. The law of creation. Focus your mind to create your deepest desire. When you're in this womb space and healing, like I say, don't stay hung up on that, whatever that hurt. Be grateful that you understood it and saw it, move past it, because it's happening for you, not to you. The universe is guiding you. Go with the flow. Law of rhythm is here. Yeah. I don't think those two are ours because we had a couple others. Oh. Okay, well, maybe these two. The law of cause and effect. Change your beliefs, change your life for sure. With this gift. Oh, epiphany, yeah. Like I said, the shifting of the Six of Cups energy, the melancholy over dysfunctional family into something healthier, so that you can receive something healthier and reciprocate something healthier with the Six of Pentacles, reciprocal energy leading into literal philanthropy, humanitarianism. When you have this epiphany, change your beliefs, change your life. The law of secondary causation. Stop reacting and start being the person you've always desired to be. It's like Joe Dispenza and all them talk about these quantum shifts, and really, really just deciding. If you woke up today and just decide who you're going to be from here on out. Now, obviously, sometimes it takes the reality around us to mold and swirl into that place, but understanding that it's happening and actually having the audacity to believe it will make it be. Because that's the kind of universe that we live in. It's an adaptive, responsive universe that does listen to and abide by and function based on the laws of the universe, universal laws, and all these different laws of causality and different things. I'm not going to read from the book on each and every one of them because we ain't trying to get super long, because I did say we were going to read from the on the way out. Wow, you have a big mission on Earth came out here. Judgment Day for your enemies. It's false person stuff. It didn't show up much. It's there. We know it's there. But like you say, we just keep doing us. Success is here. Angels are protecting you. There have been psychic attacks, but you see how it flipped way over there? So we're not even bringing that into this reading. Yeah, third eye is awakening. You see it. You were the black sheep. For sure, you were the black sheep if you're watching this, because the chosen ones are. These synchronicities are here. When you start seeing all of those synchronicities, and 99% of the time, like I said, you was the black sheep in your family in some kind of way, form, or fashion, or some kind of way in life. You are God's ambassador. Yes, you have a big mission on Earth. You are uncovering these hidden secrets and sharing them. Don't think it's too little to share. You're being called to share. You're being called to share, and stop worrying about who ain't gonna like it. You just do what you being called to do, and that's when, that being said, we finna jump right on up on her into our cards coming out the door. We're going to start with, oh, they're over here. The Archangel Metatron cards. Let me grab this one. Detach from drama, 37. Look up. Whatever you're going through, whatever is weakening, challenging, and hurting you, is something that can be eased by changing mindset and stance. Yeah. Nothing is made better by thinking negatively and overinflating what may feel dark or heavy. It's easy to get sucked into drama. This can be of your own making or it can be created by others. It doesn't matter where it originates from, the effect is the same, and that is to take you away from your own power and light. Maybe you grew up with or have been around those who argue, fight, or always expect the worst and only see the negative in any situation. They can heighten tension via gossip or repetitive behavior, and indeed may even thrive on the adrenaline of chaos and disharmony. Like everyone, we can fall into the trap of focusing only on what is wrong rather than on what is right or could be made better. We can believe that life is unfair and just something to endure, or we can see it as the gift it truly is. If you are the one always at the center of some drama, ask yourself why. No one is fated to have a difficult life or to meet challenge after challenge. Another way is possible, but it involves changing thoughts and energy to alter outcome. Yeah. You have a choice. It says, truly, you have a choice whether to let others affect your energy. If you must face conflict with another, let Archangel Metatron place you under a dome-shaped field of silver light that will bounce their energy back to them and not infiltrate your own auric field. If you are the one who is addicted to drama, all you have to do is breathe deeply, look up to the sunlight rather than down to the ground, and open up to a new way forward. It can be learned at any time you seek it, a new behavior, habit, and positive change that transforms not just you, but the world in which you live. And this, I mean, honestly, because I had to come to realize, even if you're not the one that's bringing the drama, if people around you are like that, understand that you've been programmed for it. I can remember being awakened every day. Like I said, people, they don't even understand. From the outside, my family life looked better than I did. I didn't grow up in poverty and all that. That's some lessons I found later as I got stubborn and pulled away, and now that comes out in my story. But on the outside, my childhood life and home looked beautiful and amazing for the area and the time. It definitely was not in poverty. But people don't understand. I woke to the sound of screaming and yelling and arguing. Not physical fighting, but everything short of actual fisticuffs in my house every day of my life from the time I was about 3 years old. That takes a toll on people. So even when the drama isn't yours, you become so numbed and desensitized and conditioned to drama that it can take you decades to realize that it isn't your drama and you can peel away. Because people put things on you that they make you feel are yours, and it's not your stuff. You can let it go. You really can let it go, and it's going to be all right. Emotional well-being is here with water. Let's see. Whew. These cards is deep today. I'm glad I obeyed the call, though, to do this reading, because, wow, I hadn't pulled either of those cards before. So this is a beautiful, powerful message for me, too. Card number 7 links to the energy of the planet Neptune, helping you dive into your imagination and intuition, as well as the land of dreams. You may have been experiencing unusual or symbolic dreams lately or recently. If so, it's time to get a journal and write them down. Doing so also helps you unlock your subconscious, aiding your emotional health, another aspect of water's deep energy. With this card, the fluid and magical element of water is inviting you to cleanse away your stresses, pain, and difficulties, and to feel held in its safe current where you can float and play. All that is heavy in your physical body becomes light within water, and as you become buoyant, you are able to relax, unwind, and feel carefree. Water is with us throughout life, from the water within the womb from which we're born, to the water we drink every day, to the water with which we cleanse our body. Water is essential to life. You are reminded to drink enough water and bless it to charge the water with good vibrations of health and happiness. The cells in your body become filled with light as you upgrade your system. Water is needed to help this ongoing evolutionary process right now. Getting in physical touch with the element of water is very healing to you right now. To rebalance your emotional body, sit beside a river, a lake, or the sea. If you can't be near water, visualize it. See yourself sitting on the shore with waves softly coming in and out. Use your breath to match their rhythm. Metatron makes it safe for you to feel, talk about, and explore all your emotions, anything that troubles you. It does so with the aid of the watery element to support you. Don't be afraid to explore your own hidden depths and listen not just to surface emotions within water's memory, but to deeper emotions that may be buried in your own seabed. The sacral chakra is also highlighted here with the illustration of the icosahedron with a symbol that your body naturally understands as it does color in its subconscious language. Imagine the shape flowing into your sacral chakra and releasing old hurts, shocks, or experiences, and bringing strength and balance back to your center of creativity, sexuality, and life force itself. All is well as you float in water's embrace. Dive in, explore, play, and be renewed by all that is offered. And it's interesting. I mean, I'm a water sign. I'm a Cancer, and so I'm a watering pot. But that message is so beautiful because, yeah, truthfully, that's how you heal, and it's how you help others heal. And once you heal, you can manifest. It's it was something that was coming to me as I was reading that. I need to look at it again and see. Oh, I was thinking about, for those, I don't know, again, I'm not a professional in any of those areas. Don't tell me, nobody, I told you to do anything. I'm just telling you what happened to me was. And along that lines, I moved back from Sarasota to Atlanta, so I'm away from water per se. I do salt baths with Dead Sea salt and all that stuff. But lately, it's been on me to really, really get more serious about my water fasting. People do all kinds of fasting. You can fast from, they termed it that, but I mean hardcore back to what Yeshua taught the Essenes with water fasting. And then even once I expand past that, not further, I do have like supplements on deck that will allow me to be a more efficient channel as I'm fine tuning my clairs and stuff. I am supporting that. But yeah, if you can't be by bodies of water and you're being called to fast, do that, because it's upping the water content in your body. You're still interacting with water. Or even if you're not fasting, still get more water. I mean, within reason to, you can't overdo it with the water too, but I think y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, let's go here. No, this one is next. The heart, what would love do? And that is number 15. Love one another as I have loved you was one of Yeshua's last and most important teachings at the heart of Christ consciousness living. So often we forget the premise of why we are here. Or as Yeshua said, as my Father loved me, so I have loved you. We look at a world where aggression, division, and hate seem commonplace, but this can be countered with heart-centered consciousness if we drink and share from the chalice of love, remembering what life is truly about. To be the fountain from which others can remember what would love do, not an easy task, and very often not our first reaction when we've been wronged, misunderstood, chastised, or hurt. But in truth, it is only love that will heal any wounds. Love will help build the bridge you seek today and will help smooth any conversation that needs to be had. It will bring support, since love can never harm or be the wrong course of action. Even if having your loving gesture rejected, the fact that you offered it serves you and the wider world, since no drop of love is ever a waste. a loving gesture, a kind word, a warm hug, a thoughtful gift, or offer of your well-intentioned presence is never a mistake. Into all karmic wounds, love can pour. Into all broken hearts, love can soothe and bring relief. And into the bleakest days, love brings the ray of light that transforms and makes life worth living again. Remember today that your true nature is love, and that you came from love and return to love, and that whatever troubles you have can be helped by opening to love. Wow. I'm not going to read in all of that in its entirety because it got, like I said, several of these came out, but that was, yeah. And it people don't understand the butterfly effect, but like you said, it's powerful through dimensions, even if they don't appreciate it. The difference when you first start learning about responding versus reacting, and the more you learn about forgiveness and unconditional love, you're responding in a more loving way. You're smoothing your own energy, which in turn is drawing a different type of people and experiences around you, which in turn is helping them have different experiences coming around them. There's a tremendous butterfly effect in just choosing love. But there is a time for holy anger. I remember I was sitting outside one time and around 2020, and I heard the thought, if I was to physically come here on earth, there's not one Christian church that I would be affiliated with, or one church period that I'd be affiliated with. I sit down and braid another whip is what I do. I had that conversation with Yeshua years ago, and I thought it was disrespectful, and how dare I, and I've gotten a lot more insight since then, and I will expound on it later. But there does come a time for holy anger. To care deeply and passionately for a cause, this planet, and its people, is to sometimes become disillusioned, disappointed, and full of rage at what we see happening around us. Injustice, greed, inequality, poverty, destruction, and abuse are hard to witness or experience during our time on Mother Earth. It is easy to get frustrated, however. As human beings, it is easy to get frustrated. However, as human beings, we need to master how and what we do with our anger, and to channel it correctly to help create a better world rather than to seek vengeance or to harm another. In Jesus, we have a template to follow, since he himself had moments of fiercely calling out what he saw as wrong. The hypocrites of his day, including spiritual teachers who did not practice what they preached, and the money changers' tables that he overturned. I had never read that from this book, that he overturned in the temple, calling it a den of thieves. Yes, I told you. What? Yes. And again, I didn't even have that deck when I heard this. I don't think this deck existed when I heard this. But the fact that this card is coming now and I'm reading it, yeah, wow. And they do refer to him as Jesus in this book. I say Yeshua because channeled information that I've been led to, and we'll go through it later in the channel, lets me know and understand that he much prefers that term. It is much closer to the Isa that would have been in his native or actual language of the time. And the term Jesus is very much a creation of Christianity. And those are the people that actually unalived him, y'all. They done had you running, worshiping with the bloody weapon around your neck and the phallic symbols and all of the spell work, all of that. We'll come into that later. There's a time, though, to be the change. Yeshua is here saying it's time to speak on it. But, however, he never used violence or aggression. He never stooped to a lower energy. Rather, as he showed elsewhere, we are taught to turn the other cheek, meaning not to retaliate with like for like, not to meet anger with anger. And it's hard, Musa, but to go higher. Take it to God, turn to a new page, and begin again, responding with our hearts, not our fists. And the more you do it, the easier it gets, until the point that you understand that that life that you peeled away from, where people think it's normal to react the way they do, and they justify the things that we see in mass media and television and out on the streets, is a complete travesty and a reality, a dimension that we do not have to be in or do not have to exist in, and we're being called out of it. But the way to help others come out of it is to turn that holy anger into something that can help others awaken and see a way out of it. Yeah. So how do we do it? Excuse me. He showed us how to transmute and redirect our feelings of hopelessness into ones of re-education, communication, and demonstrating a higher way. To walk the talk, for example, to re-sanctify the temple, to steer people back to their hearts and away from those who seek to debase or are cruel in their ways. The card chosen by you today shows a mighty tree cut down to make way for humans' constant need for more. This mighty oak may have stood for hundreds of years, gifting us all breath and having watched generations come and go, yet in one fell swoop it is destroyed for profit and more. How do we respond? Do we cry and rage and bang our fists, or do we get up and go and plant another 2 trees for future generations? Do we teach our children why trees are needed, the importance of nature and her place and right to coexist beside us? The stimulus to do this additional good, stemming from an opposite trigger which created a choice point moment, is a choice point moment as to how we could react, and we chose higher, not lower. Yeah. The answer is never anger and rage. To walk in light is to never lose hope and to realign to a spiritual response rather than remaining in a primary psychological one or stemming from how anger manifests in the body. To learn to temper our anger so that it can do good, creating motivation and impetus to help birth new ways. This is not easy. It takes practice and can be misunderstood, but it is the way out of escalation and further fighting within yourself or another, and is the pathway ultimately to peace. Use what arises wisely and currently to create the change you seek. Okay, so this is not only, like you said, critical to helping create a more peaceful environment around you, but also in helping you become a more intentional and powerful manifester. Like you said, you bringing powerful change. You're moving a whole lot of energy. And in order to do that, you got to keep your energy high. You can't keep dipping into. So yes, you learn at some point to allow your anger to fuel upward into holy anger and not sink down into debased reactive anger. And you use it for this big mission on earth. Judgment Day gonna come for your enemies regardless. Like I said, you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to be sending nothing back wrapped up and, well, no, I take that back. If you remove or cut, I prefer removing cords so they don't grow back. But when you remove energetic cords, sever ties with some of the karmic ones that you really need to sever ties with, do wrap those in love and just return it to the person they belong to with love and forgiveness and understanding and patience. But all of that, if they send and spell work, it return 10 times, 10, 100 times to the... No. Don't do that. You want them to be able to heal and ascend and grow like we are. We were all wrapped up in some form of karmic lesson somewhere along the way. That's the whole point of this ride. So don't wish anything against your quote-unquote enemies. Understand that the only reason they're your enemies is because they signed up cosmically to play a karmic lesson that they got caught up in and couldn't learn from and move past. So they're not to be feared or hated. Compassion, when you start healing, you want them to learn as well, so that if they could remember the truth of who they are, like you've been blessed to do, then they could have actually sat to the table with you like you thought you wanted them to, like they were supposed to. The only reason they ain't at your table now is because they didn't get the memo, the lesson, like you did. So, like you said, turn that holy anger the proper way. pilgrimage, I don't think we need to read. We're taking these onward steps. We'll get it another time. I'm sure it'll come in another reading. Stand up, steadfast vision. Do not give up. You've been shown it for a reason. You were tethered and caged at some point, but you're being called to break free. Period. Ain't they? Yeah. Wisdom bringer, Earth School. I do want to read. Look at this one. I'm tempted. I will go back afterwards. I'm just trying not to make this overly long because these are such good readings, but they are a little lengthy. So yes. Much of life is a remembering of what we already know. We come into this incarnation from pure spirit with eons of lifetimes of acquired soul knowledge. The journey back to remembering who we truly are, where we came from, and where we go back to is the biggest adventure of all. When here, despite the great wisdom we have within us, it often lies buried, waiting for the moment it is needed and can be retrieved. As children, we enter education and learn what is on the curriculum, yet what is contained within us is far greater, with more depth and breadth than we can imagine. Our senses are our antennas. They can guide and steer us to learn to trust ourselves regarding what feels right and what feels wrong, and what appears to be true but I sense is not. What sounds harmonious and what words and energy hurts my ears. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? A human struggling with limited understanding, or a wise old soul who is waiting to be acknowledged? It is said that the eyes are the doorway to the soul, and it is interesting that when newborn, our eyes take a few weeks to mature and for vision to be clear, as if we aren't quite ready for the veil to be totally lifted whence we came, and to reveal everything. Stand tall today and see who you really are, a divine soul with lifetimes of experience where you have been tested and gained valuable first-hand knowledge regarding how to respond, react, and be. There is a whole library you can tap into to help you, a fountain of wisdom within. Of course, acquiring new knowledge and wisdom never stops, and it may be that what you struggle with now is, in fact, your greatest teacher. The problem at hand is trying to lead you to the solution, and the difficult relationship may be there to teach you, including how not to be or what not to put up with. There are opportunities to learn from every interaction and experience. Ask yourself, what can I take from this? What did I learn today? What is this person trying to show me? Why am I finding this difficult? It may be time to undertake some new study, from modern day books to ancient texts and philosophical concepts. Indeed, the thirst for wisdom should never leave us. The desire to be challenged via debate, differences of opinion, and sharing of knowledge is important. The art of truly listening is also vital if we're to absorb and properly apply all that we learn. As such, we need to make proper time for that, space to process new ideas, and regular clearing out of what is unimportant, including what we hear, for example, gossip and hearsay. Look around today at what life really wishes to teach you. There is opportunity to do so from nature, travel, and meeting new people, even if it is a stranger on the bus, as well as going within to listen to our own well of knowledge. Jesus also showed that what we need to learn may come from unexpected places. For example, the beggar having more to share of worth than the rich man, the child comprehending more than the adult, the enemy more to teach than an ally. We are all at Earth School and come to share what we know, which includes how we can learn together as one. You know, it's the other day I had a thought that and I understand, and I hope I can get the words out right because without offending anyone, because it's truly not meant to offend, but I had to come to realize, myself included, all of us down to a science or down to a fault. I don't understand. There's no way to really escape it. Anyone that still sits, and I get it when we tell our story. There are people that are still hurt and triggered that'll come out and say, oh, you're sitting in victim consciousness, you're sitting in victim consciousness. Well, guess what? To some degree, we all are in every situation in life until or unless we understand that in every scenario that we're in, like I said, the only real constant in any of that is us. But that's enough, because if you embody real main character energy, no matter whether you're, I'm not saying every scene you gotta be, it's not all about you. That's damaged ego speaking. But when I'm saying in main character energy, being, excuse me, every scenario, you're either the main character, a supporting actor, a catalyst, a protagonist, a heroine, or a villain, period. One way or another, whatever's showing up in life, you're going to be one of those things. If you sit there and understand that you have the ability to change things based on how you choose to think, how you choose to respond, what you choose to believe, and what you choose to align yourself with, and don't really think that you have the power to shift your energy enough to move the needle to get out of a situation, and you still choose to sit in it for year after year and decade after decade, then that does make you truly a victim. But however, if you actually come out of that space and can look back from a healthy space and speak on, this is where I was, then this is how I got out, and I do understand that some of the players involved caused this, that, or the third, don't let them gaslight you into believing that telling your story makes you feel like you're still a victim, because you're not. You just understand how people play off each other, and you got to shift your character within a dynamic to get to a different space. And if you want to step away from these false people altogether, you have to come to see that and break those chains. But you're doing it. We're in Earth School, and as you do it, you're sharing that with people because you do have this big mission on Earth. The other day, the last time I handled this deck, I didn't even realize it at the time, but Shaman had fell out. And a couple times I'm thinking I had put it away, and I look down, I'm seeing that card again, Shaman. And I'm looking and I'm seeing it again, Shaman. Your third eye is awakening. You got all these crazy synchronicities. You did tell God that you would follow this path. And because of that, yeah, we're going to cover that judgment day. We ain't worried about them. There's success here. You're going to share these secrets. Now, Journey of Love, we're wrapping up the reading with that. In this portal energy, with this, yeah. This is crazy. I'm having a hard time now even remember, and I've opened the book to God Speaks. We didn't pull that card, but the divine is speaking to you directly. What was it I said I heard at the beginning of it? I'm going to have to go back and think. My mind is so full and swirling right now with things as I'm with this reading, but I woke up this morning hearing portal, and I can't remember the other thing I said I heard, and I did hear it. I wouldn't have said it if I hadn't heard it. That's going to bug me. As soon as I finish, I'm going to go back to the beginning of this reading and I'll remember. But right now, my mind is just swirling with all this information. We're going to Woman of Light. That was the first one on the bottom of the deck, card 49. Divine Detour. That's what I took a detour way off on a whole bunch of stuff, but like I said, if you look at some crazy opportunities, ideas, thoughts coming to you, people aligning with you lately, things out of the blue that you never considered that are taking you in a whole different trajectory that you, like I said, had not considered before. Ding, 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 ding. Divine Detour. You're being invited to jump realities again. One more last time. I ain't going to say last, because who knows how many more shifts we're going to make. But you've been shifting timelines. You're still doing it. And you're being invited to take a deliberate one this go around through this portal from 9/9. We're on 9/11 right now. This is your wake-up call. This is an emergency. This is the emergency spiritual broadcasting system putting this message out here for you. Keep going. We're going to keep going. It's my set intention to do a reading every day between now and that full moon, because I do believe that we're here. Let's see what Woman of Light has. Pure is my joy, my celebration. I know the divine to be eternal. There is no limit to my peace, to my pleasure as I rise and rise and rise again. Capable am I of receiving the light, of accepting the next level of illumination. I am sacred flesh coming to light. I am the walking temple, the living goddess, she who signs with truth. I come to you now. I am one with you now. I am the awakened one and the awakener. This oracle brings you guidance that you are to be witness to the presence of an awakened being, either within your own self as part of your spiritual destiny, or in the form of a beloved other. An awakened one is in your midst, or soon will be. Receive the blessing that emanates from such a being, for to behold one is a gracious spiritual gift that will lift you to the next step of your path. If you are awake, or if you are having trouble discerning the true presence of the awakened teacher, in your midst, or even in your own being, remember that nothing is asked from you by such awakened ones, but loving devotion, so that they may serve the awakening of all living beings. It requires much karmic grace to be granted immediate access to an awakened being, even more to become such a living light. Take delight. OMG, people. Wow. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I answered the call a long time ago, and I never thought that I would get to this day. And I do realize that I'm being called to be that teacher and awakener for a group of very important other light beings, teachers and awakeners, earth angels, chosen ones. I'm honored. If you're listening to this message right now, this is for you as well. You're being awakened in the presence of an awakener, and you are becoming an awakener. You're being called to. Now again, you don't have to. I mean, we won't never have to do nothing. Just your very energetic presence on the planet enough is still helping things. So don't be feeling like Teresa ain't said nothing. Holy Spirit is nudging you. This is an opportunity here if you choose to take it, and it's going to come with a whole lot of fun, authority, all the rest of that. But you are this woman of light. But let's read the poem here. This is beautiful. Even the image is beautiful. I asked God for a deepening of my love without realizing that the deeper I was willing to go, the more it involved letting go of any part of myself that wanted to love and still be safe, and surrender to the possible. Wait a minute. Let me start over. I asked God for a deepening of my love without realizing that the deeper I was willing to go, the more it involved letting go of any part of myself that wanted to love and still be safe. In surrender to the possible lay the greatest potential for love at levels before unknown, like a cistern that holds the nectar of life and gives its precious liquid only to be filled again with nature's flow. Such knowingness is a gift, for if you can embrace the blessing, you can live without question, relaxing and replenishing with each breath, with each kiss, always whole. Oh my goodness, family. And the last card that we're going to look at today is Sweet Soul Rising, which is card 20. You may feel lost in your own thoughts and feelings. This is the sweetness of surrender into another world. It is a time to dream, to wonder, not to be clear and sharp right at this precise moment. If you have a clear plan, let it become soft, and feel your heart opening to allowing whatever may be. We may believe that it is through tough action and dynamic assertiveness that we make our way through the world. Yet sometimes the sweetness of the soul rises, and instead we can flow gently with the currents of the cosmic ocean, unsure of where we are headed, but safe in the truth that all waters will naturally return to the ocean, where they are all wanting to go and eventually go anyway. You can use your own efforts to swim to your destination against the current at times, or you can float on the sweet love of your own soul as it enjoys the privilege of getting to know itself as one with the divine. This oracle brings you guidance now. Surrender and flow. This is not the time to assert your will and try to make things happen, no matter how much you may want to or believe that you should. There is something bigger happening, and everything is going to turn out perfectly according to a far larger plan. That includes your well being, too, beloved. Sometimes we have to let go of our expectations about how that bigger plan will be achieved and just let it happen, trusting that it will actually take place even without us striving to make it so. This is one of those times. Oh my, y'all! I'm so sorry. I'm such a watering pot. This whole reading got me crying because Spirit ain't playing. I have not pulled these decks that I'm working with now are relatively new to me, so I haven't worked a lot with them. But are they not talky today? Or they're right on target with exactly what we're talking about in this mission. Spirit is telling you get into the idea and the energy of embracing this portal that we're going through right now. Focus on cleansing whatever you've been led to do, whatever that looks like for you. Set your intentions, yes, but don't fret over them. Don't worry. Enjoy the deliciousness of allowing yourself to daydream and co-create with Spirit, and have faith and full understanding that it is happening. This is amazing. Let's get to poetry with this. With innocence I share my heart, a smile expressing with a tear sweet words and feelings that impart everything that I hold dear. The promise of a blossoming high, the air is bathed in fragrant scent. To reach the sun you have to fly, desire wells with love that's meant to wait for heaven's soft embrace, a fruit so firm and succulent. God's promise must remain so chaste, while passion's glow is slowly spent. Such patience born with time's insight, my soul doth burn in embers light, in savors fresh and moist and ripe, the gift of love when it is right. Thank you for allowing me to share this with you, family. I have more love flowing through me right now than I can say. Peace and blessings to you until I get myself together and we meet at this table again. I love you. Namaste.